Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Mischief. Richie here, where I talk about my favorite thing in the entire world, cryptocurrency. That's right. And today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video. We will be reacting to a YouTube video which came on my feed called My Crypto Addiction, How I Lost $62,500. Now, this is a pretty important video because it does tie into what I was talking about earlier in our Telegram group, the Crypto Mischief chat, link in the description if you want to join. And if you are new to this channel, because you might have found this in the algorithm, my name is Richie. I've been in cryptocurrency for 6 years. I would say it's an obsession, yes. I work on it every day. Been there in the last bull cycle. We've been through the bear. We're coming into this new cycle. We're kind of in the midst of it right now. I am a developer. I have started several crypto projects, including an NFT DAO, where we've paid out over $100,000 to our NFT holders. And we have another airdrop coming on December 15th, so make sure you vote. We have our own meme coin on Sui Chain called Sui Trump. And I also have an ROI style game called Arbitrum Land, which is running as well. I have been investing, trading, yield farming, degenning in crypto for all this time. And I've been extremely successful with cryptocurrency. And I found this video and I want to react to it because it definitely brings up some of the red flags which I see constantly from new people joining cryptocurrency or people who dipped in the last top, which was 2021, then dipped out when, of course, the charts collapsed and decided to come back in for this cycle because, of course, it's in the news and everything's running and things, okay? So we will just get straight to it, I think, and get to know the guy. This is Cole here, so we'll bring up Cole. So Cole is a investor in crypto and running his own businesses. So we'll let him talk for a little while, and then I'm just going to give the reactions as I see fit, okay?
To be my motto for the next few weeks, months, because every day is a fresh start. You know, life is not all about money. I have my health, a roof over my head. I do have a cash flowing business, so everything's okay, but it does hurt to lose a lot of money.
So of course it hasn't gone very well for him because, you know, it says here he lost $62,000. He begins to talk a little bit more into his
gone all the way up to a new all-time high at about 73K, and it started to cool off a bit. I think it went down to about 63K. So I started to get interested into crypto again. And ironically, in 2021 or 2, I had gotten into crypto with like $4,000. I was in an exchange called Voyager.
Okay, so what he's talking here, let's have a look at some cycles. So, you know, we can come to CoinGecko. We can see today Bitcoin is at 97,000. He said he joined around about 70,000, which would be about 2 months ago. And he also touched into cryptocurrency the last time in 2022. So we come quickly to the all-time chart for Bitcoin. We'll see that we do have 2022, which is around about here, as everything is coming down, you know, coming from the top of that 70,000 mark and then all the way down to $15,000. I remember that day. That was a great day for me because I bought more Bitcoin. But and then he rejoined again when we were around about 70, which would be just a couple of months ago. And since then, of course, we've gone from 70,000 up to $100,000. Sounds great, right? He lost, but then won. If he'd gone in at 60, now he's 100, he's 40% up on his position. But no, the plot thickens a bit more here because generally with people who are investing into Bitcoin, some people do. Like I have a friend, I won't say who he is, but he only buys Bitcoin, some Ethereum, and he has just been holding Bitcoin since the last cycle, 2020. And he's held it all the way up and all the way down, then up again. And now he's in a very great position because he only hodls that one coin and doesn't really foray into the other parts of crypto. Because, of course, if we look at CoinGecko, you'll find that there are millions of coins all available for purchasing and trading. And it can get very distracting, especially if you start getting involved in an app called X or Twitter, where basically every new shiny object is going to be the life-changing opportunity for you. Why take a 50% gain in your investment or 100 or 300% when you could get 10,000x, right? So that is kind of what's happened, okay?
That just went totally underwater, bankrupt, and I had been getting money back from them for a few years. So that was my first experience with crypto, losing
Okay, so lost.
in April. And I didn't get into Bitcoin. I got into a bunch of altcoins. I was in Avalanche, ICP, Render. I could name a few more, but slightly more speculative, not speculative, but riskier coins that when Bitcoin dumps, these coins just go into the gutter.
So he got into Render after that. So that would be from this point here, 60,000. So let's have a look, okay? Because we all now hold bags which haven't done what we expected them to do yet, okay? So if we just take Render for example, Render was an extremely hyped coin about 6 months to a year ago. And if we do come to the max all time for Render, it's quite a new coin. We can see that around about the time of Bitcoin pumping, it did start to collapse quite far. It went from that $7 mark all the way down to $4. That's a 50% loss happening right there. It has since begun to recover, but judging from Cole's expression and the way he's kind of talking with his coffee in the garden, probably during this dip here, most recent dip in August, he probably sold right at a loss, I'm going to assume. Because, if, for example, I can come to CoinGecko, I have a portfolio here, right, of a bunch of coins I bought around about just before that time, and they did all suffer similar losses, okay? So we can see, I put a spread here of basically putting $200 into all of these coins, okay? Some of them have done better than others, okay? So we have Superverse, which did do, now has finally come out. I'm about $200 up on that $500 position here. But from $200 into all of these coins, right? Most of them, I put 500 into 400 into Super. We can see, so Quantum up to 230, but then all of these I put $200 in. We have XDC, Quan, Dion, Octaspace. Like the list goes on, and none of these are anywhere near the value that they were before, right? So we really have that's profit and loss actually. We go down to holdings. Yeah, here we go. So from Dion I'm up $100, Octa 100, 100, 250, and that's where we kind of now we're just sitting round about where I invested in the first place, right? So this was over 6 months ago, and many of them, we can keep going down, are still underwater. And these are all alts, which I bought to try and, game the market essentially. And we can see that some of them are down to even $3. So we've seen significant falls in prices for the vast majority of the speculative altcoins that I purchased into, thinking that I was going to capture the early bull run surge of the alt season. But for many of these AI and big tech style coins, which I did put a basket of buy on, a lot of them are still underwater, okay? But I'm still holding them, right?
And that's basically what happened from April to now. Obviously now Bitcoin is just crossed over $100,000 and things are going pretty parabolic. But from April to about August, things just were dumping down. Bitcoin went all the way down to sub 50K, and these altcoins took like 50% haircuts. So my 50,000 went down to, I think I was down to like 24,000 in July and August.
So still not going very well. So what to do from that point? You are way down in your position. You're bleeding money. You've put in possibly more than you can afford to lose, and you're looking at all your bags and everything's down. Okay, so there's different options. For me, because I'm very experienced in this, I've been through the bull, the bear, and now back into the bull. As you can see, I'm still holding a lot of these speculative coins and profit taking when I need to. But of course, I do have a YouTube channel, so I can financially run this channel as well to offer me the opportunity to DC into projects and also profit take at the same time. So I am different to Cole. I'd like to make that very clear. And I'm not judging anyone with this video. I'm just using this as a kind of study example of the mentality and psychology that you need to have in the bull cycle to make sure it's most profitable for you, okay? That's why you should take a second to like and subscribe to this channel, right? Let's get back to Cole. We'll go forward a bit more in time. Let's get to more recent events for Cole.
November, I was just putting so much time and energy into crypto. It really wasn't going anywhere, so I was getting impatient. I was getting very frustrated about my investment because I had figured, I'll put my money into crypto for this 6-month lease that I have, and then I'll buy a house with this 50,000, hopefully turn it into 100, 150,000 very easily in crypto. And the stock market had been running up. I sold some shares of Nvidia that just continued to pump and pump. So I was getting very frustrated that, I took my money and put it into crypto when it's just been going down. Stocks have been going up.
Okay, so then from this decision on having a declining balance of dollar value in his wallet and watching other things happening, of course, that's when rash decisions can start. Kind of like that casino gambling mentality, right? Way down, what should I do? Should I bet myself? Should I invest more money? Should I sell everything, go back into stocks and take the loss? Should I be patient, right? What did Cole decide to do at this point?
And then I continued to get deeper and deeper into the crypto community and learned about meme coins, trading. So I started to dabble into leverage trading with 3-4x leverage, which is just very risky and a way to lose and make a lot of money. But if you're not smart about it, you'll lose a lot of money. And so the most recent failure was getting into meme coins. I decided I'll just take $10,000 of some of these coins that are already going up. I'm in the green. I've made some profit. I'll sell these and then go play around with some meme coins.
Okay, so then from that point, of course, meme coin super cycle did begin, and we can easily get wrecked in holding the wrong meme coins. Of course, we all know this. We've all been wrecked on meme coins. Everyone's been wrecked on meme coins, right? Let's take an example of the volatility of meme coins. So let's go to one which I'm not actually yet too much in profit with, which would be Blub on the Sui chain, okay? So Blub is a boys club meme coin, which is linking to Pepe, Andy, Brett, all of these. It's a smaller cap, so I did put my bag into this. Round about September time, I bought in the all-time high. Yes, Richie bought the all-time high. I bought here, we went well underwater, 50% dump, and then all-time high, and now it's kind of testing round about where I bought in at the first point, right? So you can lose your shirt extremely fast in meme coins, especially because not all of them recover like Blub has, and it is highly speculative if these are going to have further 50 or 100x opportunities this far into the cycle, right? And we will be looking at cycles, and I'll be explaining this after we've got back in with Cole, okay? And what's going on there.
And get a phantom wallet, deck screener. If you're really into crypto, you'll know these type of things. But so long story short, I started to put more and more money into the phantom wallet, selling my AVAX ICP for Solana, and taking losses on those, and then trying to go over here and make some quick gains, because the meme coin market, as you know, is just very, very volatile. I mean,
okay, so that's a huge mistake. I've done this before. Phantom Wallet, of course, is Solana's main wallet. Solana chain is Meme Kingdom, where you will find unbelievable green charts for quick pump and dump coins every single day. And if you're in the Twitter space and every day you're listening into what's going on, you could possibly make unbelievable life-changing gains. But generally, personally for me, the biggest success I've had on Solana chain is holding Solana coin. Generally, when I sell my Solana to buy into any kind of meme, I'm always a little bit too late to the party, and I see the value of my holdings always decline. So I don't generally trade much around on Solana. It's just too much for me, and it does take too much of my time. If you watch this channel, you know I'm absolutely everywhere in crypto, and I don't have the time or resources to give enough of myself to the degeneracy that happens in Solana. And I lose there too. I have lost a lot of money trying to trade meme coins in Solana. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people listening right now have had that happen to them as well, right? Especially then when you see potentially a coin which you lost on, you sell, and then it recovers and goes beyond what you could ever believe the price would be. I've had a couple personal chats with some friends recently who did that exact same thing, and they're having a tough time recovering psychologically from the potential gains that they would have had if they had of just held that token through the volatility, and then realizing, oh my god, I would have had life-changing hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars if I had just held through that, but I didn't, and now I'm watching on Twitter all these success stories, and I'm not one of them. I'm a loser, right? And it is hard to get hold of that. My biggest loss ever was with a Shiba Inu coin. It's speculative loss, I guess, because I sold it very early in its cycle. I would have had multiple millions of dollars if I held Shiba in the last cycle. Right, but my impatience and naivety and experience inside of crypto meant that I didn't have those gains because I wasn't holding the bag. And it will forever be the one that got away from me. But how did I recover from that? I just continued to forge forward, learning, betting on yourself. Because even if you did lose with a coin, you shouldn't have put in the vast majority of your portfolio into a meme coin, right? It's just not what they're there for. They're there for the side money, 10%, 15% of your portfolio into high speculative gains. And then if you lose it all, you can still recover it with the, concentrated liquidity farming that we do on this channel and any other kind of projects that we work in, which do generate yield to offer the opportunity to recover your position without going to your bank and then pulling more of your actual safe capital into a highly speculative market. Right? Very, very, very tough.
These altcoins are risky, but these meme coins, I mean, sure, you can do a 3x in a few hours, but you can also get rug pulled and all your money gone in no time, as I know now. And basically, I started to put more and more money into meme coins, and I went from about 45,000 I had at that time down to 13,000.
Oof, that's a big fall, right? That's what I'm talking about.
I was getting really stressed out, and I was spending so much more time and energy. I was having these like panic attacks and anxiety because I was watching just my nest egg fluctuate so heavily now. I was staying up all night trading different meme coins, looking at decks, looking at the X communities, and it was really, really bad for my health. I started to notice I was getting sleep deprived.
So I was definitely falling into crypto depression, essentially, there from the losses. It's kind of the opposite of FOMO, right? It's complete failure. All right, let's move on.
Another big check in July or August or September. And I decided to put that into crypto as well.
He deposited more money from his safe money from his holdings of fiat currency, like dollars, I'm guessing, back more into the chaos, which is Solana meme coins, right?
Another like $10,000. So I was at most I had about 65K. And I was like, if I can get back to, 60K, I'll then go put it back into these altcoins that I had for 6 months, watching them go up and down, mainly down. And then I'll just ride out the next 2 months of this bull market that's happening. And of course, now it's happening hard.
Okay, so there he starts talking. This is the most interesting part of the video for me. He's talking about the cycles of crypto, right? And saying that from that point where, now let's go to AVAX, I guess, because he mentioned it, right? So AVAX, Avalanche Network, is a old coin from the last cycle. Still well down from its all-time high of the 2021 push, but it has significantly recovered in the past month in price value. You can see it's sitting pretty much bang on where Ethereum is as well. All-time high of $130, currently sitting at $45. But yeah, if he sold and then say you sell around about $25 and you do see those holdings go up to $50, it means you're going to get half as many coins when you buy back in. Whereas someone who just continued to DCA through these low periods of being around about $10 to $15 are in a very, very nice position now through patience and just DCAing. Okay. So yeah, that's unfortunate.
And that was my mistake. Was I said, okay, I'll only take 30K. I'll hold 30K in Solana. It won't do anything. It'll go up a little bit because it's a solid coin. And then I'll let the 10,000 ride out. And in this meme mustard, I don't know if you've seen the trend of Kendrick Lamar's new song where and ultimately I made a shitty decision to get into a different coin and just go all in, take my $30,000 and put it into this coin that was a $5 million market cap.
Okay, well, you can see where this is going to go. He's taken his Solana holdings, which were going to be his blue chip holdings, to really have solid money in this bull cycle. And he decided to take the Solana coin and use it to buy this random meme coin, which had potential to go up massively, right? And of course, did it? No, of course it didn't, and it probably collapsed. You can see Solana as well, all-time high. Currently, holding Solana now into this bull cycle is an extremely good thing to do. You could probably double your money, right? Maybe more, right? But now the Solana token is gone. He has these meme coins, and they haven't worked out for him. Okay, let's move on.
I'm not going to be able to turn 2,000 back into 50,000, and that's it. This is the end of it, you know. And now, over the past few weeks, I've been having to basically, lick my wounds a little bit, cope with all this, because what's happened is, of course, the bull run has taken off. I waited, I was so patient for 6 months, and I made this mistake at the worst possible time when Bitcoin broke again, new all-time highs. These altcoins are making 50, 100%, 200% gains. And ironically, right when I converted a lot of those into Solana and then into the meme coins, I had a coin that I held for 6 months. I sold it the next day.
This is gambling addiction in a cycle here, right? The regrets of holding and then selling, talking and then pumps, and then thinking that you can, get back on the horse, go back into the casino kind of thing. It's
anything. I was just trying to multiply my money, and crypto is not good or bad. I've lost having these little panic attacks of just like really not taking care of myself at all, and trying to chase, and I've learned that it's not, why try and chase a 3, 4, 5x, 10x when it's so much more risky. I could have put all my money into Bitcoin, just gotten a 2x, gotten 100% return off of $60,000, and there we go. I've got $120,000, and that's definitely something I learned, was that why chase bigger returns that are more risky? Just play it more conservatively. But that's the brainwashing that kind of the crypto community has, is that, don't go into Bitcoin. You're only going to make a 2 or 3x at most. And
yep. Well, okay. So let me break this down quickly before we get into the end of the last speech of his. Then we're going to do some technical analysis on the price of ETH and a meme coin, so that I can show what I think is going to be happening in the next 6 months for crypto. Okay, that will be the end of this video, so stick around for that. So if, for myself personally, what do I do? How do I hold my portfolio? I hold Bitcoin in a ledger, which is in a drawer somewhere. It's a safe. I don't touch it until it hits about $150,000, $275,000. Otherwise, there's no point of touching it, in my opinion. Ethereum is probably my largest holding, and again, it's in a ledger, cold, and it sits there. Sometimes I send more ETH profits into there, and again, I won't be selling it until it hits about 10K. These are my nest egg for my future. I think it's going to change my life with those 2 coins at least, and I do have some other blue chip alts, which I never, ever, ever, ever use for speculative, high risk leverage plays or gambling on meme coins or any kind of launch pre-sale. Any of this, I never use it. I don't touch it. I'm very strong about that, because I lost so much speculative money in the last bull cycle, being too eager to chase, because I thought that I could catch up or 10x my holdings from these smaller projects, and 99% of the time they don't pan out, right? But that 1% can be life-changing. So that's the real drive which does move it. But if you're taking, say you have risk capital of 10% or 50% of your portfolio, and you use that in a great way, you can make very great returns on your small investments and repeat that with more knowledge. That's how I'm more comfortable with this, because I don't want to be put in a position where I've completely crushed my future, my family's future, the dreams I have for success inside of cryptocurrency. I don't want to come to that point. So I'd rather have a smaller gain from holding these blue chip coins and selling them at the correct time than having flash in the pan quick money that could just, the kind of big news stories that you see. I'm probably not going to be that kind of guy, to be honest, because that's not how I invest. That's not how I run around with crypto. Right.
Patience, I think I just really should have had more patience and just let it play out. You know, I got my mom and brother into crypto as well back
Oh no.
in May and a little bit around May. And, you know, they just have been going on with their lives. You know, they've putting a little bit of some loose change in there, a few $1,000s, and now they're up, you know, a good a
50%.
few $1,000s
Yeah.
on their investments because they just let it sit and focused on other things in their lives. When for their
Okay.
wins, you know, I made this much money in crypto. Here's how you can do it, but nobody really talks about. Nobody wants to talk about the losses and the negative things that happen to them. So I hope that if something has been happening to you, or just you find this story interesting, that it is good for you, you know, in some way. And I'll continue to make videos on my ups and downs. And you know, I do still have a cash flowing business. I
And the last part, it talks about cycles, and
building
this is
something.
important.
You know, I built a business that I made over a few hundred. Next thing, focus on, you know, creating instead of just putting all my eggs in some
So he,
external
oh, there we go.
investment. And so yeah, it's been a shitty last few weeks. So I'm out here in South Carolina trying to figure out if I want to live out here. Definitely miss Florida and aspects of being out in Florida. Lungs. I've had some health issues in the past, so just to be healthy.
Right. So the last part I want to talk about then is the cycle, because here Cole, thanks Cole for the video, by the way. And I have, you know, I started to think, okay, so what is my prediction for what's going to be happening in the cycle? So none of this is financial advice. I've taken 2 coins, which I'm going to be looking into to give you a bit of a technical analysis of how I see it's going to go from experience. I might be wrong, completely wrong, but this is what I think is going to happen. So let's first go with Ethereum and just see what I think is going to happen here. So here we have ETH. This is the all-time chart for Ethereum that I have right here. On the left here, we have 4 different areas. We have 4-year cycle, which is generally what happens in crypto. We go between 4 years of 4-year tops, okay? For example, cycle 2 I have here. Cycle 2 was in 2018, and cycle 3 topped in 2021. So it's not exactly 4 years, but roughly it's 4 years. And we, of course, have another cycle here, cycle 1, but I didn't track it because it doesn't really show up on the chart that I pulled, okay? We have cycle tests. Cycle tests are points. You can see here on the first cycle down here where we had A, B, euphoria, right? Euphoria is the point where you think, oh my God, money has been created, my life is better, like I am an absolute genius and everyone needs to know about this, and it's in the news and everyone's talking about it, and you're that guy walking around with your, you know, your chest pulled up tight and you're a winner, right? And everyone needs to know it. So euphoria is a great time. We can see also in cycle 3 we have the same idea. So A, B are tests for getting to the market top, okay? We had these tests coming from, this is in 2019. We had 2 cycle tests where we get kind of close to those euphoria moments, euphoria prices, okay? So we had 1 and 2, and then the breakout, which is in yellow, okay? Market top is in green. So if we go from the first cycle 2, we had test 1, test 2, euphoria, then top, okay? Then collapse. Then we had another cycle 2, test 1, test 2. Really, this breakout here could also be thought of as test 3, but the chart doesn't show the decline there, but there was. Breakout, euphoria, cycle top. And it brings us to cycle 4, where we are right now, okay? This is the chart coming from the Wednesday, the 1st of June, 2022, which would be the cycle bottom. And we have seen Ethereum very sluggish, I must say, in performance price of Bitcoin. We are not yet even touching or close to the all-time high for the Ethereum price from cycle 3, okay? So in my opinion, what I've charted here are the A and B, okay? We have A, B, which are the cycle tests. We've hit $4,000 roughly twice now with these cycle tests. It's actually been 3 times, so I'm going to combine these into 1. So A, B, which means, in my opinion, what we have coming is a brief period of extreme volatility, and finally the breakout from this point where we will break out into a new all-time high for Ethereum price. And from there, we have euphoria, top, and collapse to still look forward to. So really, we are, in my opinion, the final stages before the euphoria stage of the market, which makes me, convinced to wait, to hold these blue chip coins, which I really believe are going to make these kind of life-changing gains, and get ready for the sell point. My sell point is euphoria. I'm not going to try time it to the top because that period from euphoria to the top is generally extremely short. You can see here it goes from May and the top is already happening in November. Okay, so you have about 3 months. Same here, we have from November and the top came in January. Okay, that was 2 or 3 months as well. So that time of euphoria is really brief. It's where you'll see all the news everywhere will be talking about Ethereum and how it's, the technology and it's going to change lives and it can do this and that. But really it is just timing the point where you think, yeah, okay, I'm ready to sell. But to, wind back in your risk factor, this could be the cycle where Ethereum doesn't outperform itself. It could maybe not even ever match the top of cycle 3. It might be just the case that it will happen in 4 years from now. If it is the case that it does happen in 4 years from now, then I would probably still be holding all my ETH, waiting another 4 years for it to happen. I'm not going anywhere on this channel. I'll be here in 4 years from now as well, probably, and ready for that as well. But I think ETH is a fantastic coin. It's number 2 market cap. It's severely underperforming in the market, even though it has all the volume, has all these layer 2 solutions, and nothing makes sense for me at all. I think it's inevitable that Ethereum will break its all-time high this cycle, and I think it's going to come within the next 30 days. So I think by the time we're into early 2025, we will be seeing an all-time high price for Ethereum, and that from there we will have the gigapump, the euphoria, and probably cycle top. I think from today, I would predict, I don't like to do this, but I would predict that the all-time high price for Ethereum will be coming in July or August of 2025, possibly a little bit longer. So we still have legs, we still have time to buy. They will be choppy. We don't know how long this downtrend might last. It could last another month. It could last even longer. I'm not going to really time these things. I'm just going to be waiting for my price tickers to be achieved and hit. And once they do, then that will be me selling. Okay, so that would be the blue chip strategy. We have some alts which are already at their tops, which means they will probably run even better. If Ethereum will catch them or not, I'm not sure on that. Then we can come to memes, okay? So my biggest success story with meme coins has probably been Pepe, because I got it so early. And although I've been profit taking, I have been holding quite a good bag of Pepe. Just for full disclosure, in this wallet, I have 512 million Pepe. I had about 1.5 billion. But I have been profit taking as the cycle's been going through. I do hold Pepe in other wallets as well, though, because I yield farm with it because it's great. So at the moment, my Pepe is worth $12,000, 3.4 ETH, okay, on this wallet. It's hit 20,000 or 18,000 roughly quite recently. So it can have the potential to go even further, and that's why I continue to hold Pepe, even though I'm well into ROI with it. I'm not selling my entire bag because of what happened to me with Shiba Inu, right? But I did profit take. So the chart for Pepe, of course, looks topped out, completely topped out. We have seen 3 cycles in the space of 2 years, under 2 years. Okay, so we had cycle 1. We had cycle 1 going crazy, was 34x. We then had cycle 2 coming up to here, which was another 18x. And then we've had cycle 3, which is the current market top, which has seen us go another 3x. Okay, so you can see the returns on Pepe from buying in these dips are getting lower and lower, because that's what happens as coins get to huge market caps. It's $10 billion. So there you do think, okay, I want to go and find a small cap, because that's the ones that are going to have these 18, 40x coins. But not all of them work like that, okay? What's my prediction for Pepe? I think we have one more market top, and that will be the top cycle for Pepe, which will come roughly probably on the back of Ethereum's euphoria stage. So as ETH gets into breaking out to all-time high and then into euphoria, Pepe will have the last pump of this cycle, which will again be my sell point for Pepe. But could be that the ride is over for memes. And if it is that case, then my Pepe holdings would fall significantly, probably 80% down, right? And 80% down from $12,000 leaves you with about $3,000, right? And that's crypto sometimes, right? And that's memes. Memes can be so explosive and so much fun, but even with the biggest memes, you can completely lose your shirt if you don't sell them at the right point. And let's just see how we go with Pepe. So I think we have one more cycle left for Pepe as well. For Sui Trump, we are, it's a new coin. We're about 2 months old. We do have a farm coming, which is going to burn the supply. Sui coin has been doing extremely well in this cycle. I think it still has at least another 2x in the price at $4 going to $8. Sui Trump chart is good. Like I'm quite happy with the chart. It's offering great times for people to join into the community. We are around $400,000 market cap at the moment. We did do a 40x. We then declined in price. We repumped. And now we are kind of sitting in this choppy area around about 400,000. My immediate aim, short-term aim is, of course, to regain the 900,000 to $1 million market cap, which will come with the launch of Sui Trump Farm, which we've added the white paper to the website where you can read about what we're building. Plan is to release this farm, yield farm, on Sui Chain in January, which is aimed and working to burn the supply of Sui Trump token and reward our holders in Victory coin, which is a new coin which we'll be putting out, which will be the emission token of the farm. So the farm burns Sui Trump and rewards you with Victory, okay? But again, it's high speculative play, okay? If the whole market collapses, every coin, doesn't matter whose coin it is, will collapse too. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Just trying to talk a little bit about the psychology of crypto, because it can be horrible when shit happens, shit hits the fan like it has for Cole. And I hope that Cole recovers what he has invested into crypto, and I hope that he is a winner in the future. Hope the lessons that he's learned about himself, his, how he psychologically deals with wins and losses, how he has, what his expectations are from holding crypto and working inside of crypto. I hope he can get a balance on them, because that's really the most important thing that we want in our lives. We want to be balanced inside of what we're investing in, so that we can also take the enjoyment out of living, right? Going, seeing your friends, spending time with your family, touching grass, going outside, living in nature for a little bit, all these important things, listening to the rain, these things are important. And if we're just continuously going to be, like I said, I've been doing this for 5 or 6 years, right? It's been my obsession, right? I am working in crypto, with crypto, talking with developers, developing projects myself, trading, yield farming, doing everything inside of crypto every day, right? But I still take the time to get outside, socialize, spend time with my kid, right? Travel, see places, touch grass, right? Really, life is short, right? At some point, we're all going to end. And do you really want your legacy to be the guy who was, or the girl who was just, trading, speculating, holding things, hoping for at one point I'm going to get a couple $100,000 or $1 million, right? But then what are you going to do after that? It's not going to last forever, and you'll have years of regret because you didn't take advantage of the most important thing, which is your life, okay? And building memories, building your legacy, and doing things with your life which will be remembered after we're gone. So always be good to each other, and as always, don't get wrecked.